Good afternoon, everybody, to this session. The role DAM plays in delivering value and growth at the heart of the business. If you're looking for product information management with DAM, then please go to track 2. And during the course of this presentation, don't forget to use the questions and answers chat. Now, just so you know, there's a chat stream, and then next to it on the right is the Q&A. So please make sure that you use the Q&A on the right, and that's highlighted. It looks like a speech bubble. All right, so in this session today, we've got Sally Parker. Sally's the Chief Operating Officer from Wizard Pharmacy, based in Perth, WA. And Sally's going to tell us today about the transformation of Wizard Pharmacy and the use of DAM to support that. Welcome, Sally. Thanks for joining us today. If you wanna, there she is.
Thanks, Andrew.
Good to see you. Look, I'll let you go through your presentation. I'm going to be monitoring the questions, and then I'll come back at the end, and we can have a little bit of a chat about the information you've presented today. So thank you very much, and I'm going to enjoy listening to this.
Okay. Hopefully everyone can see the correct screen. So thank you, everybody. And I really want to start off by introducing you to Wizard Pharmacy. So I'm sure many of you today have never even heard of us. We're a pharmacy group over here in the Wild West of Australia. Our support office is in Perth, which is where I'm located today. Apparently, we're the most isolated city in the world. And we are the biggest and most innovative privately owned pharmacy group here in Western Australia. And we are ready to take on the rest of Australia as well. So I'd just like to give you all a bit of a history to set the scene of Wizard Pharmacy. So our founder and CEO, Lyndon Dyson, registered as a pharmacist back in 1973, and he opened our first pharmacy, or his first pharmacy, in 1977. He then opened his second pharmacy in 1980, a pharmacy 777, for anyone who knows pharmacy 777 model now, over here in WA as well. And in 1990, he realised that there was also more to just owning 1 or 2 pharmacies. And he actually created what was called Synergy Pharmacy Services, which was actually a buying group and had approximately 130 pharmacies in the end. This actually evolved into what now is known as Pharmacy Choice, which is actually a back-end pharmacy model, predominantly on the eastern states over here in Australia, and is now operating, I think, in excess of 700-800 pharmacies. However, right throughout this initial journey, Lyndon continued to search for a consumer, patient-centric pharmacy brand. Our journey continued, and around the 2005 mark, Chemist Warehouse began to enter the state. So it was really about finding a model that could actually pivot to combat Chemist Warehouse, the Chemist Warehouse being the big box discounter. And back then, Lyndon and his team back then created what was Wizard Warehouse Pharmacy. So it was a very similar concept. It was discount, it was stack it high, watch it fly. Yes, there was an element of pharmacy, but it was very, very retail driven as well. And it did go head to head very well with Chemist Warehouse over in WA. However, it was not a sustainable model. There was no way that model, being a discounter, could really deliver the level of personalised service that we knew that the Australian community really needed and desired. So then back in 2012, which is around the time that I also joined the group, we commenced a review of Wizard Warehouse, the general pharmacy landscape throughout Australia. And we also did a lot of research and modelling around pharmacies throughout the US and Europe. And we identified that through that customers want their own individual needs and wants, and healthcare understood, respected and cared for. And again, that really led to the philosophy around the big box discounters not being able to deliver on that healthcare personalised service. So in 2014, we rebranded back then we had 18 pharmacies within our network, and we rebranded to Wizard Pharmacy. So if you look on the previous slide, you saw the gimmicky Wizard Warehouse logo. We then created a more professional look and feel for our pharmacy brand. Then in 2017, we launched our Wizard Rewards program. So rewards, as a lot of loyalty programs out there does, is provide benefits to members who join the group. And we've had a very successful rewards program. We have now over 500,000 members just within WA alone. But what that's allowed us to do is really start to be able to collect information on our customers and patients, and be able to start to have different conversations with them. And today we're Wizard Pharmacy. So this is true to our DNA. So the DNA behind our logo is all around the science and the nature. And this is what we stand by today as a pharmacy group. So our purpose is to deliver customer success to our patients and customers and consumers through science and nature-based wellness solutions. And our mission as Wizard Pharmacy Services, which is the support office that I look after, is to deliver customer success to our franchise partners through an innovative business platform. Today, we have 40 pharmacies within Western Australia and one in the Northern Territory. And our mission is to grow our brand throughout the country. One thing that we deliver is value, but we're not discount anymore. We do offer a really good value proposition for our consumers, but we're certainly not the big box discounter anymore. But the trick when we started this rebranding and started to remodel our pharmacy brand was, how on earth are we actually going to do it? We're not, how are we going to do it? So how can we deliver an innovative and courageous pharmacy brand in an ever-changing industry and a very, very noisy landscape in pharmacy? There's nearly 6,000 pharmacies throughout Australia. And how do we go head to head with the discount model? So there's in excess of 500 CWs within the country, and there's lots of other smaller discounter models as well. And most of them try to mimic the same look and feel as a CW. So our pharmacies needed to offer a point of difference. Pharmacy is pharmacy. Having a script dispensed can be done at any pharmacy, even online now, but that doesn't add value to a patient's health and well-being necessarily. Our pharmacists are our strength. They are the trusted professional who can add value to our patients' health. So we needed to leverage off their strengths, provide them with more tools, and remove the clutter from their daily workloads to allow them to spend more time with their patients and customers. We say both, so we say both patients and customers, as we do truly believe we have both patients within the dispensary element within our pharmacies and customers within the retail space. Retail is extremely important within a lot of our pharmacies, as with regards to the footprints of the stores and obviously the retail rents that we're paying as well. But one thing that we strive for is delivering relevant health and wellness retail. So to move on to how on earth we was going to deliver this model, I needed a plan. Where did we start, and where on earth did I start in my role here at Wizard? I had an amazing team of people back then, but we were a very, very small team, but we had some crazy big ideas. Franchising is extremely hard. Franchise fees needed to start off small, and we didn't have the tech to automate or the funding to deliver on it. Hence my crazy mind map here. This was a brain dump one year when I was sat on a beach in Bali, I think. And when I delivered this back to the team, back to our very small team here back in Perth, they all truly thought I was crazy. So how do I find the tech to deliver on this? I needed a platform that delivers benefits to everybody. I needed to deliver benefits to our customers and patients, our supplier partners, our franchisees, and also deliver on the brand at the same time. So this crazy mind map turned into what we now call our pharmacy business platform with all of our elements. So we have our business systems, we have our elements of consumer engagement, our retail solutions, people and culture. As with any business, our team is the most important element to our whole business. Inventory management. So again, making sure that we're maximizing value for our supplier partners. We have close to 1,000 SKUs on our database. So trying to manage all of that content as well as deliver value back to our supplier partners is extremely important to us. Community partnerships is another big one for us, as is our professional services with our pharmacists and trying to deliver the health service outcomes as best as we can. So this was all really around how we were going to deliver. It was now about delivering the platform in an operational, excellent and efficient way. How can we collect and connect information on our customers, our supply partners and our franchisees to deliver on our purpose and our mission? How can we effectively manage over 100,000 SKUs and be it online as well? How can we easily manage all the TGA regulations that relate to any SKU that is deemed a therapeutic item that are also constantly rapidly changing? And how do we do all of this with a team of about approximately 20 people whilst growing our members as well? I put these old workflows in, and when I pull these out the archives, my team here have a bit of a laugh. These are some of our old workflows that we actually started with. I actually circled the little note there in the top left-hand corner that actually said this is the easy bit. And seriously, this probably was the easy bit in comparison to some of the work that we were doing manually. So this part of our crazy world was how we engaged with our supplier partners and began selections of our promotional campaigns, from selling co-op, collecting nominations, collecting images, content, and then passing all of this information on to our marketing team to begin building the actual promotion and producing all of our promotional assets, i.e. catalogue, which we do a catalogue every 3 weeks, and it's generally a minimum of a 32-page catalogue as well. And then how do we pass all of this information through into our email campaigns, our online store, and maximize promotions on our online store as well? This crazy part was just to produce a catalogue, let alone to move us into digital media, or dare I say, online now. So again, this is all of the workflows that we mapped out as we started this journey. So for us to be able to continue, we had to deliver the best tech that we could back then. And bear in mind, in that team of 20 people, none of us was tech experts at all. But what we were was truly passionate about what we were doing, and also extremely knowledgeable about our industry and how we needed to operate to move forward. So this is a very, very basic overview of our IT stack when we're talking in this space. So we have to have a dispensary system through obviously the nature of what we do with dispensing medications. And we also require a point of sale system. So we selected the best of breed POS for our pharmacies. We embraced a fully integrated dispensary system, and we made this element the source of truth for all inventory that we sell and dispense throughout our pharmacies. The next element to our stack was our CRM. Previous to this, we had none. So we embraced the best CRM that we could get our hands on. We created a multifaceted view of our world. And when I say that, I mean that our CRM collects our customers and patients, our supplier partners, as well as our franchise partners and our team. And we have approximately 700 team now working across the group in our pharmacies. We then needed a DAM. So we embraced a fully integrated DAM. We created a library that can automate the management of our TGA rules, and we automated the creation of digital assets, which in turn has reduced manual input. So step one of where we are today. So we've managed to ditch the crazy mud maps. And we are now at step 1, where we produce product content is collated and stored in the DAM. So suppliers now provide us product information and digital assets via the supplier hub portal, which is through Salesforce. Our assets are ingested into the DAM via the Siphon platform from Salesforce, and product content is checked by the team here and approved. And then product data is then pushed into the DAM, into DAM metadata fields. Then step 2 is around how the POS rules trigger renditions within the DAM. So Siphon platform checks to see if products are available online or not. So everything gets created in our POS system that we sell. If we then choose to sell that line online, Siphon then recognizes that from our point of sale system and then knows whether that product is available to appear on our online store. Then the DAM creates the renditions of the product images to suit the channels. So again, if that's going to be online or whether that's going to go into another digital media stream, DAM then creates the images to suit that particular medium. So we don't have to touch them. The DAM does all of this work automated for us. So step 3 is the e-commerce images and product content automation. So product publishing to the website is automated based on the rules within the Siphon platform using data from the POS. And if the product can be purchased online, a suitable padded and web-ready set of images are pushed to the e-com site. So we maintain all of our print-ready images within the DAM, and then the DAM then does the work to create the online and web-ready images with the relevant padding. So again, we don't have to have any human being have to manage the resizing of images. And step 4, the catalogue is created with automation from POS data. So again, when we're producing our catalogue, so this is removed the second crazy mud map. So catalogue publishing to InDesign is then automated based on using data from the DAM and POS, and then tailored catalogues to suit stores can be created using the store availability data from within the POS as well. So if you think about the whole end-to-end, when I talked earlier with regards to supplier partners, so supplier partners now record their nominations that they want advertising within a particular promotion within our environment. And then ultimately through all of these steps, we can then recognize that the supplier has nominated that particular product and bought a spot in the next catalogue, and that's then pushed and automated to be within that next catalogue feed that our graphic designers are working on. And all of this has allowed us to obviously connect better with our customers. So our loyalty program, because of the way that we can now engage with our customers and talk to our customers and create personalized interactions with regards to feeding relevant content to our customers, and also making sure that all of the legalities around that content and information that we provide to our customers is accurate. We're actually generating a 46% increase on average transaction values of members versus non-members, which is huge for us and a huge advantage for any new franchisees joining our group as well. And whilst there are a few more of us today, we have created these robust connections between our supplier partners and their products, our customers and our patients, both in store and online, and our franchise partners. And throughout all of this, we've also created brand advocacy. And again, we're known as the trusted brand for delivering health and content information and relevant health and content information. And as I said, we've now got over 40 pharmacies here in WA and 1 in the Northern Territory. And then our goal is to move into South Australia as well with our brand. And our DAMCOG in this platform has allowed us to deliver all of this content fairly seamlessly with still a very small team in the grand scheme of what Wizard delivers.
Thank you, Sally. That was great. Really, really interesting journey that you've been on over those years. Obviously, I have to ask, it's not all been smooth sailing to get to this point. There's a number of things you learned along the way when you dip your toe into technology and you're not a technologist yourself. Is there anything you can share with us in terms of any things to consider, or pitfalls, or things that people are looking to create an integrated DAM workflow for this kind of content production and marketing stuff? What could you recommend to people to look out for?
I think there's a few elements. One for me was try and understand the devil in the detail as much as I can. Fortunately, I'm not the one, I never have been the one to get too much in the devil in the detail. But the key for me was to really work with my team shoulder to shoulder and really truly understand exactly how they were operating before. And then the second element for me was choose the right partners, choose the right tech partners, and choose the right implementation partners, and people that you can genuinely work closely with and have open and honest relationships and discussions with, and recognize when you've made errors. Very true.
Very true. You've got to be able to pivot and recognize that when things haven't gone smoothly. But of course, all those steps that you showed there that were on those pieces of paper, it's flabbergasting how many nuances and ins and outs that need to be taken into consideration, and translating that into, we talked about rules and triggers and all those sorts of things. There's a lot of intelligent people who've been behind the scenes to actually get that out of their heads and the processes and put it down into something that's repeatable and logical, so that you can automate it and you can deliver those experiences. And really, I've used this term, you want to take the monkey away from hammering the nail and put it into something useful in creating, better engagement for your customers and your franchisees and those sorts of things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other key as well to this has all been about, it's not just about the way that we've always done it and then try to automate what we've always done. At the same time, is really trying to get our heads around what change we can affect for the better, and then implement the new systems and processes as well. And also recognize that you just cannot cater for 100% of absolutely everything and every nuance that ever comes up. We still find stuff today that maybe comes up once a year, not even, and then there's no way, you then have to take that offline and still try and work through all of those different elements as well.
Yeah, you can't cater for every edge case and deal with it, but you have to know that they come up, right? And have processes to deal with it.
Yeah.
What I'm interested to know what your relationship with your suppliers has become, because now they've got this there's a bit of a change management thing, right? They've used to just each supplier emailing or sending it to people, and you having to collate all this information, because you're reselling products that other people manufacture for a large extent. And some of those things you've got restrictions on. You can sell certain things online, you can't sell certain things online. So what's your relationship with the suppliers? Has that changed? Do they prefer working with Wizard over other pharmacy partners?
I'm sure they do. No, in all honesty, I think because of the direction that we've taken the brand in anyway, it's they see that as a very exciting transformation for pharmacy in general. I think as well, because of the tech that we've been able to deliver into our pharmacies, the compliance that we now get out of our pharmacies, in the sense of how we manage their ranging and all of the information that we provide into our pharmacies and our teams, that we deliver a compliance. So when a supplier partner is investing with us, they know that they're going to get best bang for their buck. And then the other element is we've made it actually easier for them to do business with us. So it's not about them having to fill out Excel spreadsheets anymore or get lost in a whole pile of emails. They know how they can engage with us. And the goal was to always make it easier for those guys to do business with us, so we could increase ROI back to them.
Yeah, so you're reducing barriers for them making it easier to work. And I guess some of that 40% plus increase in transaction will mean some suppliers are doing very well out of it with the engagement.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have a program now where what we call our Wizard's Choice, and that's about selecting the most efficacious product for a particular health condition. And yeah, we have supplier partners now actually racing to try and be the one that can take out Wizard's Choice for the year.
Yeah, that's great. That's brilliant. Being able to twist that or turn that around, because as you said, there was always going to be people who go to a warehouse type store because that's their mentality, that's their stage of life, right? Convenience or time or wherever it's money. But there's also, certainly as you get mature in age, the medical conditions are more complex, the scenarios have become more complex, and you have a whole, you got a family that you need to take care of, not just an individual like you are when you're a young person. So having that knowing that you as Wizard Pharmacy Group provides that, that tailored responsibility, a couple of bucks here and there doesn't really make a difference, right?
No, it doesn't. And it's a I say a vicious circle, but what we've tried to do is actually close the loop in all of this, in the sense of we can provide more relevant and educated content for our consumers and patients, which in turn increases basket size, as we've already said, which in turn delivers better value for suppliers, which in turn delivers better GP margins for our franchisee, which in turn allows them to hire more expertise and more resources within their pharmacies to then have more conversations with more customers. So it's a complete vicious circle that we've really been able to deliver throughout the brand.
And I guess one last question before we wrap up for the day. What's next? What are you going to build on? You've got a great tech stack there. You've got your CRM, you've got your point of sale system, you've got the DAM underpinning it all, you've got Siphon building all the integration, the rules and triggers. What's next for pharmacy? What's the goal, from here on in the next year or two? I mean, you've got growth expectations and growth, but is there new customer experience platforms? Is there new, obviously don't give out any business intelligence, but what's next from utilizing what is your core base that you've invested in? What's the next step for you?
The next big step for us is around is probably increasing accessibility for our customers and patients around accessing medications, information. So a more, I guess, mobile experience. I don't just mean that in the sense of having, mobile on an app or something like that, but it's really about trying to think of the future. Telehealth is a big one for us. We're about to deliver telehealth through our network. So it's really about providing our consumers and patients easier access to health and wellness outcomes. And yeah, that's absolutely sort of the next generation. We're all still living in a COVID world. We're just going through our peaks over here. So yeah, it's all about just really trying to keep people safe and give them easy access.
And you don't know what's coming around the corner next, do we?
No, we don't. Apparently there's a new Delta Cron's coming, so.
Oh, I've just got a question coming here. Is the information flow within your DAM one way for your franchisees, i.e. marketing materials, etc., or do you have workflows where they can use the DAM to manage their own digital assets? So do the franchisees have a need to upload their content into your system, or are they purely consuming content you're delivering to them?
They're purely consuming, and that's probably more because of all the regulations around the type of content. But what we do is provide that content for their own use then in store, so they can use the content but use it safely.
Use it safely. And the content's things like incident management, compliance, that kind of stuff. Are you looking to store that back in the DAM and utilize that to underpin the tracking of that information?
Probably long term. That's probably not high on the agenda right now, but definitely longer term, yes. We want to store everything within our platform.
Yeah, fantastic. Right. That's great, Sally. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for
No, thank you.
rounding
Thanks,
off
everyone.
the DAM event. Wish you all well, and I'll look forward to seeing you in WA when we can now come over, but there's still a little bit of a question around that. But thank you very much, and for everyone, thank you very much for joining the event today. It's the second event that we've had here in the Asia Pacific region, and I'm hoping truly that we can do this in person next year at a venue to be determined. It's not too late to watch any of the sessions that you've missed by going to the agenda in the platform, and you can watch those at your leisure for the rest of the day. There's also our sponsors in the exhibition. So if you've got any questions around some of those tech labs and other things that you've seen there, or you've gone and watched one now that you weren't able to capture before, they're still going to be online to answer your questions. Look, that's been a great day. Thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks, Sally. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye now.